My friends of the Society of Hickory Golfers, this is Willie Park Jr., the designer and builder of the Hot Springs Country Club Park course. It's an honor to speak to you about a course that holds such a special place in my heart. Over 100 years ago, I had the privilege of designing and building this course, and it has stood the test of time as witness to the enduring beauty and challenge of the game we all cherish. Hot Springs was more than just a project for me. It was an opportunity to craft a course that would harmonize with the natural landscape, showcasing the rolling hills and lush greenery that define this region. My goal was to create a course that not only tested the skill of the golfer, but also provided a sense of tranquility and connection with nature. As you walk these fairways, you'll not just be playing a round of golf, you'll be experiencing a living piece of history. The course at Hot Springs has seen countless rounds, shared many stories, and witnessed the evolution of golf over the decades. But at its core, it remains true to the principles of the game: precision, strategy, and a respect for the land. I'm proud of what we've created here at Hot Springs, and I'm even prouder that it continues to be a place where golfers from all walks of life can come and enjoy the game in its purest form. It's my hope that when you play this course, you feel the same sense of joy and challenge that I envisioned all these years ago. Thank you, and may your time at Hot Springs be as fulfilling as it has been for me. I want to take a few moments to introduce you to some of my finest holes that you'll be playing. The first hole is a straightforward par 5, gently sloping from right to left. The fairway is generous to encourage a fine start, but treachery awaits those who want to overpower the hole by being greedy with their drive. The green features my signature bunkering that encourages a ground running shot, but accuracy is always key. Some say my bunkering shows a witty quality in the use of topography. I'm not going to argue, as my Scottish heritage encourages sloping escarpments to those sandy pits. The fourth hole is tricky in its conception and meant to demoralize the overconfident early in the round should they decide this test is a pushover. Although not the longest par 4 on the course, the two majestic trees that pinch the green entry to nothing more than a needle hole force anything less than a straight drive to try a highly lofted shot to a tight green, falling off hard to the left where a chasm of sand awaits. The way to play the hole is using two running irons, first from the tee and a second through the narrow passageway. The fifth hole is my idea of a heroic test of golf. The trial begins immediately from the tee by forcing the player to decide whether to lay short of the pond or attempt a courageous strike that carries the water. The reward by engaging in the more valiant effort is a straightforward entry to gain a birdie, but failure ultimately portends a bogey or worse. The second shot is uphill to a strict green demanding placement on the proper level, as the green slopes hard from back to front. While I prefer running shots to a green, this hole requires some loft to achieve proper placement for putting. This is certainly a 3-shotter, and a par is enough for any player to feel satisfaction. The sixth hole is a tantalizing play. It features everything in my architectural palette. From the tee, it suggests a much longer hole than the actual length, because it plays uphill and pitches from right to left. The rough and trees bordering the left side are treacherous, but easily can be avoided for even the most rudimentary player by aiming to the right. Of course, clearing the right side for an easy tee shot would be absurd, so a trio of bunkers awaits those daring to drive over them. As always, golfers will find my greens a stern test, as I believe none of them should be laid on an uninteresting piece of ground. On this hole, the green pitches hard from front to back and from right to left. Missing left finds disaster in a swale, with dismal hope of salvaging a par. The front 9 ends with a flourish, as the 9th hole presents challenges on every shot save the putt. It will take a thoughtful, confident mind to traverse both the tee shot and second shot. The form and articulation of the landscape demanded a dogleg shape for the hole, requiring a faded drive to escape the trees and burn on the left side. but not so much of a fade that the shot would finish in the bunker guarding the right side of the fairway. Because a fade made for a shorter length drive, the second shot demanded a longer iron than a player may have expected. I do not think of this hole as penal, but rather strategic, as the player has options from both tee and fairway to test his shot-making ability. Hole 13 is a bridge between good and greatness. Well-played strategic shots will yield a satisfyingly sprightly feeling in their achievement, while a birdie is worthy of acclaim and grand nobility in the work. The longest par 5 on the course, it challenges the player from the start. Water left, trees right, but a wide fairway beckons nonetheless. Slightly downhill from the tee, the landing area is formidable because it seldom yields a flat lie for the second. The possibility looms for the audacious on the one hand, or the fearless on the other, to drive over the pond, leaving a painless second shot to the green. From the fairway, the hole transits uphill, and a wide fairway suggests an easy shot. However, again, placement is the key, as the green is compact and falls away on all sides. Likely my favourite hole on this course, the pond surrounded by trees is but one in my library of devices to snare or disorient a golfer. I used the pond almost as a diagonal hazard to distract the player, and to some provides a naturally disorienting perspective. Clearly a demanding tee shot, its modest length is made longer because of the watery grave awaiting the unwary under club. The home hole beckons both the hearty and the weary. The hearty will enjoy its uphill climb, while the weary will welcome a wee dram awaiting them in the clubhouse. In either event, home hole is the battleground on which a champion of your tournament is forged. Nothing suggests that this hole is effortless or even obvious. Trees right, thick rough left, a testing second shot, and the most severe green on the course are hazards to respect and to avoid at all costs, as any one of them can create havoc in both the spirit and the body. Shot placement into the green is as critical as a surgeon's knife, and deft putting is a sarcastic ending for those without the touch of a safecracker. I hope you've enjoyed my wee tour of Hot Springs Country Club. Now let's find out a wee bit about the city of Hot Springs itself. As we look forward to the 2025 United States Hickory Open, I want to extend a heartfelt invitation to each of you. This event promises to be a true celebration of the game, where we can come together not just to compete, but to honour the rich history that unites us all. So I invite you to join us in 2025, to walk these fairways once more, and to play in the spirit of those who came before us. Let's continue to keep the tradition of Hickory golf alive and thriving. Thank you, and although I will not be able to attend your event, you can be certain that my spirit of sportsmanship in the grandest tradition of Scotland will be with each of you at the 2025 United States Hickory Open.